I stopped playing games for 100 days. Find out what exactly I learned from this habit challenge. Hello everyone, welcome to the NASTI Dynasti, where we all learn about life-changing habits, skill sets, and mindsets to help us all become more nasty. As the title suggests, I stopped gaming. I have never actually touched on this topic before, but I've actually been playing games ever since I was a little kid. Luckily back then, my mom actually controlled me and she made sure that I could only play a maximum of 1 hour of games on weekends. But as you all know, as I grew older, I gained a bit more freedom, and then that 1 hour became 2 hours, weekends became weekdays, and then soon I just had no control. Back in the days during secondary school period, there was actually this one game that I played a lot, and I think all the Singaporean YPs will probably know about it. The game name is called Blackshot. Basically, it's just a shitty cash to win multiplayer first-person shooter game. Luckily, right, as I grew older, I started to become a man of culture, and I played Dota 2 instead. Dota is basically a multiplayer online battle arena game where you play a 5v5 and you defeat the enemies and defeat the turrets and try to conquer their base. If you still don't understand what the game is, right, it's completely normal. But once you play it right, you'll be damn hooked onto that stupid game. After I stopped playing games for 100 days, right, if I were to be super honest, I feel that video games are actually a waste of time. But there are still benefits to playing video games. So in today's video, I'll be covering 2 benefits and 3 reasons why you should not game. The first benefit is that gaming actually helps you to maintain your social life and even improve your relationships. Stop right there! That's right, gaming is actually a damn good way to socialize with your friends without even needing to take a step out of the house. Between finding matches as well as during very casual matches, right, we can always talk about life, try to find out what our friends have been up to, and then we can even make a fool out of ourselves by flaming each other. After dropping gaming for 100 days, I actually look back on all these memories, right, and then I realized that the primary form of communication between me and my gaming friends are basically gone. So because of the fact that I didn't play games, they were still technically playing their games. They could still talk about it when we met in real life, and I was just kind of left at the side of the conversation because I didn't keep up with the updates and everything. Last time, right, we would always play from about 10 AM all the way until 5 PM, and then we would just ask each other hey, you want to grab dinner? They would just meet up for a super impromptu dinner, and I feel that was a very genuine connection between us. Also, right, do you know that when you play multiplayer games, be it first-person shooters or Dota 2, those kind, you are basically forming a sense of camaraderie among all of you because you all have to work together to achieve a goal. So as stupid as it sounds, right, our group actually became a lot more closer, and we also had topics to talk about in real life. A few days ago, right, after I finished this 100 days challenge, I actually went to play Dota with my friends from 9 PM all the way until 7 AM, and I had zero sleep. But when I play with them, right, I look back on those days that we used to play together, and it really hits hard that I find no value in gaming because gaming is actually such a good social activity. What shit, this makes me want to go back to gaming, yeah. Fuck! The second benefit is that when gaming is used as a hobby, it is a damn good way to distress. I remember back when I was in secondary school, me and my friends would wait for each other's examinations to end. Then afterwards, we'll grab lunch and then we'll immediately head straight to the nearest PC cafe, which is what Singaporeans call LAN. So over there at the LAN, right, we'll actually line up in 5s to show that we are playing it competitively in a sense. But the funny thing, right, is that when you line up as 5s, right, and then you put on your headset, you cannot hear each other at all because you are talking in front of the screen, then the people are all around you, so they cannot hear you. So we still use Skype to talk, and yeah, we use Skype instead of Discord. Yeah, we are roomers. But anyways, I'm sure that you guys understand that gaming is a damn good way to relieve stress. Once you get in the game, right, time just passes super quickly, you know, you're just so engrossed, you don't even know what's happening around you. I think that level of focus, right, actually helps you to forget a lot about things around you, all the problems and everything. But I guess even though gaming does help you improve your social life, as well as help you distress, from this 100-day challenge, I actually found 3 drawbacks to gaming and why exactly you shouldn't game. The first reason is actually because of a lack of exposure to a lot of different things. So from my observations, right, I think usually people from the age of about 13 to 21 will be playing games. But if you're spending so much of your time playing games, you're actually missing out opportunities elsewhere. This can actually be in terms of meeting new people, gaining some knowledge from reading books, as well as even learning skills from taking part in a part-time job. When you grow older, right, there are simply too many what-ifs, you know, what if I didn't play game, you know, what if I spend my time doing something else? When you look at your friends that actually spend their time exercising or even gaining knowledge about investment and other things, so people actually regret spending time on something if they could have spent time on something else that is much more meaningful and adds more value in their life in the future. Especially, right, if something bad happens in the future that all draws down to how you spend your time in the past. For young people like us, I think the primary reason for regret will not really be about money wise, because when you're older, you will definitely be earning much more money than you are now doing part-time jobs, unless you have a very big business, of course. What you'll be regretting the most, right, is actually experience. Because you could have spent your time learning something else, and that knowledge might be able to get you somewhere in the future. So the second reason is actually addiction. So addiction is actually damn scary. Youngsters, right, without the proper self-awareness as well as discipline, right, will find themselves super easily addicted to gaming. And not only that, they won't even realize that they're addicted. There are a lot of reasons why people can get addicted to games, but I think one of the primary reasons is actually peer pressure. Because when all your friends are playing a single game and then they don't stop, if you stop playing the game, right, you're technically missing out. And when you go back to school, you technically don't have anything to talk about with them. And it makes you feel like you're left out. If you were to ask me, right, I think I was actually mildly addicted to gaming in the past. Like in school, all I could think of is games. Every single time when we talk to our friends, we are always talking about games.
And then after examination, the first thing you do is just go play game. Once you reach home, the first thing you do is play games. And weekends, you wake up early and you sleep late just to clock as many hours as you can to play the game.
But there are different degrees of addiction that vary from person to person. So actually, from your point of view, right, my case might have actually been a major addiction. But to me, as well as my friend's point of view at that point of time, it was just casual gaming. During that time, I would say that my priorities were not that messed up. I don't obviously like study a lot, but I do my homework, and I prioritize family time as well as social gatherings with my friends outside of the gaming friends. Basically, you need to have the discipline to properly manage your time and prioritize what is important and what is not that important. So it really depends on how big of a role gaming plays in your life. Like for example, if you are a professional gamer, of course you need to spend more time on gaming because it actually affects your career in the future. But let's say if you're just a casual gamer, you're using game as a form of leisure, as a form of relieving stress, then maybe you can allocate a bit lesser time into gaming compared to professional gamers and maybe focus more on your studies and other commitments. But let's say if you are addicted to gaming, you need to have the proper self-awareness to acknowledge your current state of mind. Then afterwards, if you realize that your current lifestyle is not for you, then you can slowly make changes to it and get out of this lifestyle. The third and the last reason is actually because gaming is a waste of time. Previously, I did mention some benefits about gaming, but let's say if you compare those benefits to the benefits that you receive from reading a book, from exercising, to picking up a part-time job, you actually learn much more from those activities. But the main reason why I feel that gaming is a waste of time is because I know that I won't be gaming when I'm 30 years old. We only have so much time throughout our entire lives. And as we age, our priorities will change. After we start a family, we will probably want to take care of the family rather than playing games. But let's say if gaming is your career, or if you are super passionate about gaming, then you're willing to set aside some time for gaming, then sure, you can go ahead and play more games. But for me personally, I am not willing to set aside time for gaming when I'm older because I want to spend more time with my family as well as taking care of my health. So if I were to be super practical about it, right, if gaming is not what I will be doing in the future, then why not I just stop now and do things that I will be prioritizing in the future to get a head start. People will tell me that I'm wasting my youth away, you know, I could have done so much things when I'm younger, enjoy life. But to me, I guess I just see things from a different perspective. So instead, I'll rather spend my time doing something that adds value to me right now as well as in the future. So it includes exercising and then spending time with my family as well as my friends. But of course, different people have different priorities. So you yourself have to decide whether gaming is a waste of time for you. Like come on, there are so many professional gamers out there that can simply win like $1 million from just one tournament. How can they say that gaming is a waste of time? However, if you already know that in the future you will not be able to make time for gaming either as a hobby or a career, then why not just stop now and get a head start of the things that you know that you will be doing in the future. So to wrap things up, I love gaming, okay? I love it a lot. But after this 100 days challenge, I realized that I don't need it now and I don't need it in the future. For me, gaming serves as a very good platform for me to connect with my friends as well as relieve my stress. But I guess along the way, I have found some other ways to relieve stress like exercising as well as climbing. And when I want to go and meet up my friends, I can do it in real life as well. Perhaps there were some things that you wanted to learn and you wanted to try, but you couldn't make time for it because you were playing games. This video will definitely hit hard for all those people that are still in their gaming phase. But I guess you can say that I was definitely in your position. That's why I had to do this challenge to remind myself about how gaming should not be part of my life. With that, I hope that you have learned a thing or two from this habit challenge, and I will see you in the next video. Always remember, stay nasty.